Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. So farrowing 2021 is officially over. We're done. We have farrowed all the piglets on our farm this spring that we're going to be farrowing, and that piece is done. Over the past couple days, we've been working through piglet sales. We've had a number of customers that have come by, picked up their piglets. We've still got a few to go. Still got a few that we got to get weaned off, some of the younger ones. But we're going to get through that here over the course of the next couple of weeks. So the question becomes, was farrowing piglets on our farm this year profitable? Was it worth doing? Did we make any money? And how did the numbers flush out? So I'm going to roll a little bit of footage from one of our customers coming and picking up piglets over the weekend. It's kind of funny. A bunch of us were in the pen trying to catch piglets. It's always a fun time. We're going to roll some of that footage, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to go through the numbers on a fairly high level and talk about what our experience was. Did we make any money? Was it profitable for us? And would we do it again? So stick around with us for a little bit. We got a lot to talk about, but give me a thumbs up on this video if you don't mind. Just go down there and click that little thumbs up, and helps the video out. But anyway, let's roll that footage and then we'll come back and talk about our piglets. Let's see what kind of pig wranglers we are now.
Do you need a hand?
It wouldn't hurt.
Come on in.
Yeah, more the merrier.
I've never done this, and I work with gloves in the truck.
So
You don't mind
what
getting
happens
boot buddies,
is
do
they
you,
will,
when you come over?
The fence is working.
when you get them off the ground, they'll start screaming, and it'll look and feel like a washing machine out of bounds.
I didn't think that fence would get you through your jeans, but it does.
We're getting that big board.
The baby red and that red
No,
one?
that red stays.
And the red? Okay.
The big red stays.
It's the cut male, and then we'll pick a couple of breeders out, and then we'll see where we're.
This is the part where we said we wish we had less trees in the video.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
I recognize this pin. I've almost watched all y'all's videos. What kind of the hell?
So get in a corner.
So that's y'all's male.
Okay.
I just knew where he was. I was just gonna try to get him.
So if you'll get like crouched down in a corner or something,
All
and
right.
let them kind of drive them to you.
Okay.
Here I am behind the trees.
If you see one you like, grab it.
It's this one, isn't it?
That's him.
Yeah, we got him.
Mama's definitely hearing that.
Let's see. He's got 14 teeth. I like the color.
noise right
And he's nice and wide in the front.
Just go now.
Right here.
Yeah. Let's watch that video too.
Cattle on the
One and a two.
Well, I just wasn't sure.
No.
I didn't know they would go up like that.
So,
Go close the door.
so did you see the video where I bought the one and got him home and he only had one?
I did see
one nut?
that.
Yeah.
I did see that.
So I'm glad you
I
asked.
just didn't know they went in like
They
that.
do, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, and we'll walk down and look at the boars. So whenever they become sexually mature, it looks like they're carrying.
Well, and that's what I expected. So, but
Yeah.
when they're young, they just don't happen. Okay, got
They're
it.
just not super now.
That's just how ignorant I am.
Good
Sorry.
catch. You need a job?
Yeah, I had two slip through my hands before you caught that one.
Yeah, we put you on the payroll.
I worked with show sheep for a couple years, so I worked with show
Is
sheep for a
this
couple
it?
years.
Oh, okay,
so
yeah. So you know.
Used to
yeah.
catching some little ones.
Take them while they're moving, yeah.
Yep,
That one's not up.
Got a mouthful of dust.
I gotta uncut.
Cut nail. So this is a feeder. Think he's okay?
Like I told you the other day, I don't know one from him over different from a good one or a Volkswagen.
The
So
pan won't come off there. Put somebody in there with that, and then it'll calm down.
What is this? Let me switch sides. It's over me.
Yeah.
No, the other son.
This one's got 13, but her body half, she's a little wider in the front.
Yeah.
She's a little thicker. Maybe an age, maybe a few days
I
difference
think
in
it's
age.
an age thing. I like this.
You like that one? All right.
I like that.
There you go, Ed. If it it don't work out, I'll give you her number. You can call her.
I'll take her opinion over mine any day.
Okay, so that's some footage of one of our customers coming by to pick up piglets. They ended up buying 8. We certainly appreciate their business. We appreciate the business of everybody that has bought piglets off of us or still has to pick their piglets up. It's been a lot of fun. At the very least, it's been a whole lot of fun raising those piglets, getting them on ground, dealing with customers, picking out good piglets for folks to take home and raise or breed or whatever they were going to do with them. That's been a real enjoyment. We've made a lot of good friends and a lot of good connections. So on the work side, it's been a lot of fun. We've certainly enjoyed it. So what are our numbers? This is for Piglet Count Spring 2021, we'll call it. What are our numbers? How did things end up flushing out? Well, first off, we ended up with 85 piglets born on the farm. All total, 85 piglets among 8 pigs that were artificially inseminated. Of those 85, we had 14 that were stillborn. For whatever reason, we don't know. You know, Big Mama, she aborted all of hers, had a couple other stillborns out on the pasture, so we ended up with 14 stillborn. We had 22 that died after birth, stepped on, genetic anomaly, don't know what caused the death, but we ended up having 22 that died after birth. So that gave us a 69, not counting stillborns, that gave us a 69% survival rate of our piglets. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. This is our first time out. We have nothing to gauge that by. I'm sure there are other farms that do much, much better. I'm sure there are other farms that don't do quite as well. So for us, 69%, we're happy with that. Again, being beginners at this game and trying it for the first time, we're okay with that. So we ended up with 49 that survived past, you know, like a 48-hour mark, 48 to a week hour mark. We've got 49 that have survived. So how did we do? Out of those 49, we have sold 35 of those piglets. Due to increase in feed costs, increase in costs to get those piglets on the ground, we ended up, and demand, quite frankly, demand, we ended up charging $150 per piglet. So we sold 35 piglets at $150 a piece. That grossed us $5,250 in piglet sales. So that sounds pretty good, right? Well, let's go through what it cost us to get them there. Also, out of that 49, we sold 35, so the others, we have kept 2 males and 7 females for breeding, and we're also going to keep out 5 feeders. We're going to keep 5 piglets out to feed. We were going to keep out more based on timing, some other stuff we've got going on. We feel like right now 5 is all we need. I've got another 12 out here that we're working to get them ready to go. You know, we're kind of getting into the, we're sort of getting in the mid-range of the market. I'm still on the front side, so we've, you know, we just had 3 done, so we think that 5 is going to be enough. So we're keeping out 9 to breed, 5 to feed. So what are our costs? Feed cost, and I'm calculating this. This is not an exact number. This is based on what we feed per day. Depending upon the pigs, what we feed per day, whether they're gestating, whether they're lactating. Our costs have changed a little bit over the season. So this is not an exact number, but I think it's pretty close. Feed costs, $4,300. And then our AI cost right at $900. So it has taken us $5,200 to get those piglets on the ground. So our investment, our cash investment on this project has been $5,200. We sold the 35 piglets for $5,250. So we have netted 50 bucks. So we're going to be able to put $50 in our pocket for all of this work, all this feed, all this time. And it can't be lost on the numbers, we're also going to be keeping out 14. No, that's not right. Yeah, 14. We're also going to be keeping out 14 pigs. So those 14 pigs are 14 that we did not have to buy. So $50 cash and 14 pigs is not a great return on our investment, but it is a positive return on our investment. So again, on the cash side, not making much cash, but we do have piglets that we're going to put back into the process, 7 of which are going to end up being breeders, and then 5 of which will end up being feeders. So with the cost of piglets what it is now, we think that that probably has ended up being a fairly decent return on our investment. It is a small herd right now that we're working with. As we scale up, we should be able to see those numbers increase. So was it profitable? Yeah, it ended up being profitable for us. Not a lot, but it was profitable. Now, that's AI costs. That's including AI costs. And going forward, we're going to be using a boar, and our boar's profitable. Well, I think that's a little bit to be seen. We have 4 right now. I think we're going to end up letting 2 of those guys, maybe even 3 of those, the older boars that we've got, go. We've got some younger boars that we're keeping that we're going to bring on, so I think we're going to end up letting some of the older ones go. But is a boar profitable? And again, we just don't know. My inclination is that boars are profitable to the point that they can sire enough piglets to pay for their own keep. So let's just say, just a swag number, it costs you $500, let's say $700 to keep a boar over the course of the year. If that boar can produce at least 4 piglets, then he's paid for himself. But we've got to get enough piglets to pay for both the boar and the sow. So the more we can use that boar, the more production we get out of him, the more profitable, or at least the less expensive it's going to be to keep a boar on property. So that's what we're going to be doing going forward. So we'll run these numbers again after the next farrowings, including the use of the boar, and see how those numbers end up flushing out. So, you know, farming is trial and error. We've certainly tried some stuff. We've certainly erred a couple times on this. We've learned some lessons, and hopefully going forward, we're going to be able to be more profitable raising piglets on our farm as opposed to buying piglets and bringing them in from somewhere else. But anyway, I'm going to post a link to a couple other videos over here talking about some of the piglets, some of the farrowing stuff that we've done. So check those out. If you've not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Follow along with us. We appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks.